And we're back. Yes, okay. And I think I got the correct aspect ratio. What we were doing, yes, everything looks good now. So we are good to go. Okay, so as I was saying, you go through your life and random rolls will reflect some of the choices that you make. And we'll also be bringing up your character sheets that we've created in Foundry VTT, which we'll be using to run this game. Thanks to Eric, who provided the source material in the game for us to run and enjoy. So we'll be working using that. It's going to make it a lot easier going through Foundry VTT. Okay, let me finish reading all this wonderful stuff. Start with a fresh experience. You're a young person at 18, and your CUF, which is your coolness under fire, which you guys could be looking at your character sheets if you want to kind of see some of this stuff. It starts off as a D. So basically everybody starts off with their characters. They all start off with C's in every attribute. The lowest an attribute can drop down to is a D, and that's as low as you can go. There's no lower rating. Oh, I guess you can go to an F, which means that you lose your legs or something. I don't know. But yeah, so you start off as a C, and like we were talking earlier, you roll 2d3, and that's your starting points that you can add to your 4 attributes. You got strength, agility, intelligence, empathy. And in this game, when you're rolling to do something, you roll your attribute score, and then you add a die for your skill score, and then certain specialities will give you +1 bonus to that roll. And if I remember correctly, for you to get a success, you need to get I think a 6 or higher. And there's, then people can, I believe it's like a contest, like if you're going to shoot at somebody and they're going to use their mobility or agility to dodge out of the way, you count up the successes based upon who had what. So the guy's dodging or something like that, he got 1 success. And if you get, if you make your roll and you get more successes, then you hit him while he's dodging, or something to that effect. Could change. I may be wrong a little bit. And then what you do, you get to pick, your nationality, your age, and then basically you roll like on a table what your childhood is. And, it could be random which family type you pick. And there's tables for all that. Your childhood, you could be a street kid, small town, working class, intellectual, military family, and affluent. And then from those, you get to pick a couple different skills that you can, select. And then you get to roll a certain specialty, or if you decide you want to do a hybrid and kind of pick your specialty, I'll read off those and give you kind of like the description of what those do. But once again, most of the specialties just give you like a +1 or something like that on your roll. Then once you've finished up how your early lifestyle was, then you can roll into different career paths. You can go into civilian or military service. And then in military service, there's 3 categories. There's combat arms, combat support, combat service support, and special operations. And there's a 5th one, which is officer. But to be an officer, you have to have 1 year of education, which is a civilian term, right? If you go the civilian route, there is, and this is all can be randomized if you want to play pure random. There's Civilian, you can be a police, and then in police, there's like police officer, detective, SWAT, and some of them have their own like minimum requirement. So if you want to become like a SWAT officer, you have to have at least one term as a police officer. Then there's also in the civilian, there's the crime track, and you could be a gang member, a burglar, a hustler, those, and then there's a chance that you can get caught, and then that you can be a prisoner. And then they all have their own skill sets, and then there's intelligence. If you want to get into the CIA or NSA or something like that and be a spook, then you can get into being like an agent, assassin, or paramilitary. And so to become an assassin, you have to spend one term as an agent, and to become an agent, you have to spend one term in education. Okay, and then paramilitary, you have to have at least one term in military. There's blue collar. You could be a driver, farmer, mechanic, construction. And then there's education, which, there's liberal arts and science. And then the last one would be white collar job, which you can be a manager, professor, and a doctor. A doctor takes 2 terms of education. Professor takes 2 terms of education. Manager takes 1 term of education. You can tell all this was written back like in the late 80s because, it's all kind of BS now anyways. So that's kind of like how it plays out. And then when you go through a career, like you look on the main sheet, like when we look at Eric's beginning here, he'll pick his attributes, we'll do his childhood, and then he'll go into his first term. And so the way it works is that you either random or pick the direction. You go into your first term. You then will select some skills from the skill track that's in that profession, and then you have a chance to roll to get a promotion, and a promotion can give you more advancements and better ranking. And then at the end of that career term, you roll up at the top, which you see the age roll, and you start at 18. So when you finish the first one, you roll 1d6, and that's how long it took you to get through that first career term. Then the next roll is basically if you are getting burned out in life. So as you advance, you can go up to 7 terms in career before, the adventure starts, and you could be like just this grizzled old veteran, or, some, old MI6 agent somebody picked up somewhere that's like, that's been retired if somehow you make it through 6 or 7 terms before the adventure begins. But each term you get, if you roll underneath the amount of that term, so if say you're on term 3 and you roll a 1 or a 2 on an 8-sided dice, then you have to subtract one of your stats. So it can be pretty bad if you could be totally burned out and have all D stats for some reason if you rolled really bad on this roll. And then the final roll at the end of your term is war, which basically means that, for us, it's not necessarily war because you guys don't know the full extent of what's going on in the game. But that means war will be, this is when the adventure starts. And when said, the adventure is going to start, you're going to be on the USS Kane, which is a naval destroyer, Arleigh Burke class, that will be in some particular location somewhere in the United States, or not in the United States, somewhere in the world when an event's going to happen, and then you're going to have to, figure out from there. And even if you wind up being a civilian or something like that, maybe you're coming back on a Tiger cruise where family and friends are actually sailing back with you from your deployment. So, you could easily have been like this cop that somebody's uncle that was sailing back on a Tiger cruise, if that's how the characters play out. So, anything is possible to work out in this scenario. All right, so we are ready to kind of start now that I kind of gone through that, and we'll see kind of like how it works. So first one up is going to be Eric. So Eric, what we're going to do is, it's, how to make, you already have a macro made for D3?
I do.
Okay, so we're all watching to see how well you do. So, roll a D3 twice and then add them together. And that's going to be what your starting abilities is. Okay, so that's a 1. Oh my god, and a 1.
Well, that's a 2 and a 1. No, it's a 2 and a 1.
Well, he did roll a D3. Number, right? Okay, he did roll a D3. So a total of 3, right? So we're going to look over at your character, which you should have access to. And what that means is that you can change any of these stats as you see me doing it. I don't know if you can see me doing it. You can raise it 1 from an A or from a C to a B, right? And so now instead of having a D8 for that attribute,
the 4 that already have a letter grade.
What was that, Eric? I'm sorry.
Of the 4 that are already selected, of the 4 that are already there, strength, intelligence, empathy, and
right. So on your character sheet, if you have it opened up,
agility,
you can, in the character sheet, you can scale them up 1, right? So and since you have 3 picks you got with your D3 rolls, you can raise 1 attribute 2 and raise 1, or however you want to do it. So I see that you put 1 in strength, good. 1 in agility, and 1 in intelligence, right? Oh, what's that? Grimhawk, are you rolling now?
That was an accident.
Okay. It's a shame, but okay. Okay, so we got that going. So, and I'm going to let you modify these however you want. And you also could drop your empathy down to a D to raise one of the other ones up to an A rating if you wanted to. Right? So you can also subtract things down to a D. But I wouldn't recommend it. Okay, so now that you got your baseline stats, right, the next thing we're going to do, you can roll a D6 and to determine what your background was. For intellectual. So being an intellectual, so under your childhood, let's see if I can make this work. And I'm just gonna put this text down, and let's see if I can type it. And let's see. I'm just going to put Intel. I don't know. Can you see that? Did it show up? No, it didn't show up. Oh, that's because I'm on the wrong one. Game Master. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. Okay. Am I? I am on the wrong one. Crap. I suck. All right, let's try this again. So, put that here, and then if I go here and I go... I'm just gonna put Intel. It's gonna be sloppy, but who cares? Okay, so when you pick your childhood, or when you get your childhood, you get to choose 1 skill from the available option, and then you roll 1d6 and get a speciality. So you get to choose from tech on your character sheet, tech, medical aid, or persuasion for that skill.
Go tech, baby.
All right, so then you rise that up to a D, and so that you've ranked that skill up. Now you can roll a D6.
Okay.
And we can get you, if you want to do it random, or I'll give you what they are. There's historian, communication, computers, scientist, linguist, and musician. Or you can just roll a D6 and see what you get.
Random.
A 3. Computers, right on.
Ooh,
you're going to be a computer.
1980s computers.
Great.
He knows how to change out friggin' vacuum tubes.
He knows COBOL, man.
Well, remember, this
He's
game
ready
is...
for Y2K.
And this game will not be in 2000. This game is going to be in 2021. So,
Aw.
computer skills is going to be pretty
I'm
important.
still gonna learn Fortran 77 though.
Well, you wouldn't be a true nerd if you didn't. So, okay, so let me see if I can drag that computers. Let's see if I can figure that out on how it goes.
So what are you guys doing?
Oh my goodness, Max is here.
Making characters.
Yeah, we're making characters for The Last Hope.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And it's not too late for you to get in, so you already have in the Discord chat, you'll see that there was a IP link, and then Max is you, and then just come on in and we'll start up. Okay, so
And you are being streamed.
did you roll? Did you roll for your? Well, you rolled for your speciality. So, let's see. All right, so we're just gonna put tech. Sorry, this is kind of wanking off here. Yep. Okay, tech, and then. And then your specialty was computers. Oh boy. That's just continuously dragging new garbage to me. Oh my god. I'm not really good at this text thing. Sorry, guys. There we go. Well, I just want to move that here. We'll just move. Let's move this here for the next one. How many did I make? Oh my god, am I just continuously making these things? I'm having a cloning problem over here. Alright, well, you just turn this off and then it won't bother me again. How do I move the ones I want to move already, though? Maybe this way. Oh, yeah, that works. Okay. I know it's lame, but I'm still figuring some of this stuff out. Okay, so we've gotten Eric's base, person that he was a young guy from a well-educated family that, specialized in computers and technology. So knowing that, if you wanted to switch like one of your other stats to like back to a C and then put your intelligence at an A, which would give you a D12 for doing different things for that, that's something to consider. But all right, so we're gonna move on then. We're gonna move to the next person, which in my thing is going to be. Oh, do you have any questions there, Eric?
No, I'm okay.
Okay. Sorry, this is kind of slow going, but
I'll think about lowering something else down.
okay, or not. It's up to you. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to.
What's the penalty like if, say, I drop empathy down to a D? Like, is that really gonna be a problem?
So the way it works is that to get a success, you need to get a 6, right? And if you roll a 10, 11, or 12, it counts as 2d6.
Yep.
And so you get 1 die for your ability, and you get 1 die for whatever skill you're using. So if you're an A skill in something, you get a D12, and you are a B attribute, you get a D10, and then you roll a D10 and a D12, and if you get an over a 6 on one of them, then you succeed. If you get 2, then then that is even better effect. And then heck, if you have a D10 and a D12, and you roll 2 10s, then that's 4 successes, which would make it overcome any other modifiers that may make it difficult, or if somebody was trying to dodge in a contest roll or something like that. But of course, if you have only a skill of D and you need a success and you're only rolling a D6, that's pretty hard to do. And then if you have a really crappy attribute of a D attribute and a D skill, you're rolling 2d6, most likely you're not going to succeed. And then if you don't have the skill, you can roll the attribute roll.
Okay.
So, if you're like total beefcake, you may be naturally good at everything. So, okay, so we're moving on. I'm going to activate here. And now we should all switch over. So I am going to move that back. I am going to bring up this part character, which is open. And
I've got it open already.
I'm going to move that. I'm going to try to squeeze all this on the screen for everybody to see. And there we go. All right, we've kind of squeezed that all in there. So moving on. So the first thing to do is going to be to roll your 2d3 to see how much you get to apply to your attribute.
Another 3.
Another 3.
Okay.
Okay, so that allows you to, change whatever from C, B, or A, or whatever. But then we're going to roll on a D6 to see what your background was.
Alrighty, my D6.
So a 3.
Working class.
Working class, right. So
Okay.
you get a working class.
And we're going with Scrounger.
All right.
Okay.
And I screwed all this up. Okay. All right. So we got working class, and then you rolled Scrounger, huh?
Yep.
Which actually is a phenomenal skill in this particular game.
Could come in handy.
Okay, but you get to pick one skill to add from that working class list: close combat, stamina, or tech. So you got your speciality, which gives you a bonus when trying to find materials to scrounge, but you get to pick a skill to add to your character sheet for that purpose.
I'm gonna go with close combat.
Okay. So on your character sheet, I'm going to do it for you, but you just do close combat now as a D.
My close combat is now a D. Oh, that's under stats. Okay, close combat's a D. Gotcha.
Right.
Okay, cool.
And then these are all the, base skills of the game. There is no other skills outside of this, but the specialities will give you bonuses. So, if you've somehow lined up several skills with, or several specialities that have to do with gunfire or firing a rifle, you could get like +2 or +3. So it'd be pretty easy to just score a success because you have bonuses. So +1 in anything in this game is mega, exciting, because it just adds to that, getting +6. All right, so it looks like you're done then. And then did you want to go with like Armenian or something like that, or did you?
I'm still mulling it over.
All right.
I kind of want to see what the skill set is as he develops, and then I'll come up with more of a background.
All right. And then you had 3.
I had 3, yeah.
Right.
And I got to figure out where I'm going to put them.
And working class. And your speciality was grounder, and your skill was
Close combat.
close combat. Okay. Getting the hang of this. It takes me a little while to get warmed up, but all right. And okay, so now we're moving on to Grimhawk. So I'm going to activate Grimhawk. Bam. And then I need to shrink all this down. And I need to move that there, and we can go ahead and close. So, I didn't put your speciality in yet. All right, well, I'll get back that on the character sheet in a few minutes. So, let's go to Grimhawk. So now we have Grimhawk. So, it's going to be for you to roll a roll a 2d3, which is an aside, how many points you get to add to that. Woo! Man, oh man alive. You are a badass. Right on. So you get 5. So, so that means you could have everything a B and 1 an A. Or you can have 2 A's and a B and a C, so you're going to probably wind up being rich too. Good looking, rich, and all that stuff. All right, so Grimhawk. So the next thing that we're going to do is going to be to determine what your background is, which is going to be 1d6. Yeah, sorry. A 2. So you also a small town boy. Just a small town boy. Anyways, terrible singer. What can I say?
Is that a Bronski beat song?
No, that's Journey. Remember?
Journey, man.
Just
Journey.
a small town girl.
No, small town boy.
Well, I don't know. Well, sing it. Find out. You tell me.
Journey, yeah.
Really?
It's Journey. Yes, Journey.
All right. So, all right. So we got the 5 there. Oop, nope, that's not it. I'm all over the place right now, and I'm blowing it again. All right. So you got 5 for your stat, and then you are gonna be a small town boy or girl. I don't know. Maybe you're gonna play a girl, man.
Gendered.
Or whatever. Yeah. I mean, that's definitely a possibility nowadays. So. All right, so small town, and you get to pick 1 skill, and you get to pick, and then we'll roll the specialty. So small town, you can get driving, ranged combat, survival.
Ranged combat. He goes hunting a lot.
He goes hunting a lot. His dad gives him a pistol to. Okay, no, I will not be politically incorrect. So. All right, so then on that working class, and you get to roll a d6 for your speciality, and we'll find out what your speciality would be. 6. It's going to be a mechanic. So you need to fix things too. You want to change any of your skills since you got a mechanic, or you just want to leave it as is?
So what do I do with ranged combat?
Well, I mean, you keep it. I mean, it's just that you have
so
the.
What do I put that as? An A, a B, a C, or a D?
No, it's a D. As you
D.
so
Okay.
each
All right.
path you rank up 1, right?
Okay.
And then mechanic is going to give you a +1 to fix things, which usually would be based off the tech skill, most likely.
So I should put tech skill at D.
No,
Oh.
you don't currently have a tech skill, so
What is the mechanic? Where do I put that?
I'm going to put that in after I get
Okay.
everybody's basic
All right.
stuff done there. So, all right, so we got we got that, and your skill was range combat, so I need to edit that. I'm going to try to edit that, but it's not going to let me. Okay, it's not going to let me. Well, let's make a new one then. Let's see, then can I move this one? I can. Okay, so we'll just move that down to the next turn. Then we'll move the range combat up here. Okay, so we got 3 out of our 4 players. So let me fire up the Maximilian scene. And we're going to activate it, and we're going to jump over to Maximilian. Okay, so Max, have you been following how this has kind of gone for the last 2 guys?
Except I don't know about the skill sets and specialties.
Right, so the way the game kind of rolls is that for what your attributes all start off as a C, right? Which is everybody gets a D8. If you go to the character selector, which is the 4th item from the right on your action menu where you can select stuff, I already pre-made a blank character for you.
I think it's the 3rd one over for us, the actors directory.
Oh, maybe it is.
Character sheet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the 3rd one over.
Okay.
Got
Dang it. I'm always on this DM side. I don't. One of you guys got to get this and start running as a DM so I could figure this out as a player occasionally. Anyways. Right. So, you know, having A gives you a D12, a B gives you a D10, a C gives you a D8, and a D gives you a D6. And to get a success in the game, you need to roll over a 6. So attributes give you that, and then you get a skill. And as you go through these different ranks in your life, your career paths and your terms, you're going to have the chance to rank up more skills, and you can go for a variety of skills. A D gives you only a D6, so it's going to be hard to succeed on a skill if you only have a D6. You have a D8, you have 30% chance of making it, and then if you have an A rank in one of your skills, then you have at least a 50% chance, right?
Gotcha.
Of rolling a 6 if you have a D12. But then there's the specialities, like Grimhawk just got mechanic, so when he attempts to repair something, he gets a bonus of a +1, right? So, now that goes up to a 60% chance of him succeeding. And then when you roll the stat die that's attached to the skill. So if Eric was going to do a tech roll, he has computers and he also has intelligence. So he, the chances that he can get a D6 or get over 6 on one of those 2 dice, makes it probably like a 75% chance of him actually achieving it, because he's rolling 2 dice and he's rolling, 2 12-siders, and so that roughly averages out to 75%. That makes sense?
Yeah.
All right.
It does.
I don't know. I don't know if it makes sense to me. You guys got to keep me balanced
Well,
here.
I mean, I got the mechanic down.
All right, cool.
In terms of gameplay, yeah. Well, we'll have to see how that works out.
Yeah, so you're gonna need you to roll a D3 macro, or you can roll a D6 macro and half it. And this is how many points you get to add to your base physical stats as you're an 18-year-old.
Just a single D3.
A 2D3 is what it's going to be. Whoa, a 3. Dang. Roll another 3,
Wow.
man. You're going to be total beefcake. Oh.
Average.
Beefier than most, though.
Yeah, that's not bad. You can split up your character and get, Bs and everything, which is a D10, which is still pretty solid. And then, so that's how the attributes go out. So I'm going to I'm going to pipe in there that you got a 4.
Gotcha.
I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to put 4. All right. Okay, so then, but you don't have to necessarily place your stats. I'm going to let you guys modify your stats a little bit based upon how your first term goes, right? Okay, so then we roll down to see where you come in your childhood. And all the guys have been rolling stuff randomly, though, you know.
Yeah, that worked for me.
All right, so then you're going to roll a d6, and we're going to find out what your childhood was. A 3. So you are working class as well. So working class, you get to pick one of these skills to rank up immediately. Close combat, stamina, and tech.
Do we have a beefcake yet?
Grimhawk's a beefcake.
Oh.
Yeah.
And we've got 1 tech.
We got a scrounger so far, but I mean, you know, it's still early.
A weasel. A weasel. You're a weasel.
Yeah. That's how I'm kind of.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Somebody's got to find the stuff.
Beefcake number 2.
And you got to have some meat shields out there.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
So working class, you get to roll a d6 to see what your speciality was. A 4. Another scrounger. Okay. Well, that's definitely a good thing to have, you know, especially if you're in the special forces and you got to get materials to make a bomb or do something crazy like that. So, all
Scrounger?
very important stuff. Yeah. All right. So let me see. I think I pooched this up. So, let's see. So, small town, right? Okay, and then you were picking. Oh, what skill did you want to take? Close combat, stamina, or tech for small town? Or working class? Working class. My bad. Working class.
Close combat.
Okay. All right. And then your speciality.
Speciality was scrounger.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well, I got them weakly upon there, but it's pretty good. All right. So we got. I'm going to rapidly move you guys through. Let's see, under notes, under bio, buddy, moral code, big dream, and none of that's really helpful for you. All right. So we're going to snake back through these and go back to Eric and start working our way through what the rest of your next path in your life is. So I'm gonna teleport you all to Eric. Whoop. And so now you have the choice of selecting either flipping a coin and picking between 50-50 chance of going military or civilian, you know, or we could make it, since this was more of a military bent campaign, you can roll a, you know, d6 and 1 and 2 is civilian and 4, 5, 6 would be military, unless somebody wants to go officer career, and then I will let you go through your first term with education, because you need education to go into. Actually, so does anybody want to go and try to get into some of those more kind of crazy advanced classes, like being a CIA operative or something like that, or be an officer?
What bonus does the officer get you?
Well, it gives you rank, and since at the beginning of this, being on the USS Kane, somebody is going to be in the command group. Either they'll be this, they could, if they go the officer path beginning.
I'm good just letting not going that route and just letting
what?
No, I was gonna say I'm good just doing a D6.
And randomizing it all.
So with the military bent, so like upper rolls being military. Yeah. Make it happen, man. Oh.
Okay, so well, did you want to go civilian or did you want to go standard military? You know,
I thought you said if we did it with a D6, like 1 or 2 are civilian. Honestly, I'd rather go military.
All right, but what I'm saying, if you want to be in
I can just pick.
If you want to go to officer school, you have to go through your first term as a education.
No, I'm okay.
All right, so then
I'm good being
enlisted man. Okay, so you can randomize, or you can select at this point. You got combat arms, combat support, combat service support. So you can either roll a D3 and randomize it, or you can pick what direction you want to go in for that. 2, so combat support. And if we open up your character sheet, you will need to, under intelligence, you already have a B, and you already have tech. Okay, so this kind of works out in the same vein as you're picking. So you basically start off and would go with, let's see, your first term is going to be, let's see, it's going to be combat support.
All right.
And if any of you guys have the PDFs, you can kind of follow.
Yeah, I got it. So, like, you could pick recon, survival, or tech for your skills.
Right. So your first career was in combat support. And then, so like Despard said, okay, so actually there is a prerequisite for this, I think. Let me take a look here real quick. Okay, fresh start. You determine your attributes, which you did. Roll a d6. What your childhood is like. Choose a skill. You did that. Choose a career for your first term, military, civilian. You choose military. Among the options listed in the following pages, make sure you meet the requirements, which you do because you have a B intelligence. And note your starting rank, which is a private first class or the Navy equivalent. You get to increase 2 skills, one step each, or 1 skill 2 steps. Choose from the skill listed in the career path, which Depart already mentioned, or you could always choose from one of these skills as well: stamina, mobility, or driving. If you choose a skill that you didn't have, it starts as a D. No skill could ever go above an A. Special rule: if it's your first term of military service, one of your skills increases must be range combat, no matter what skills that are listed in 7. Make an unmodified skill roll, and to see if you receive a promotion, and then 1d6 to determine your specialty. If you roll a specialty already, choose a specialty you want instead. If you receive a promotion in your military career, increase your rank 1 step, and you receive a promotion.
All right, so it has to be range combat.
Okay, so one is, so one skill is for sure has to be range combat. So,
okay, that's cool.
Only for your first term, right? Is
Do I have to roll again to see how many points I get, or no?
No, so hold on. So, all right, it's not letting me edit it. Why is that? No, oh boy. Now I'm just
So
making a
it's-
mess here. All right.
So you choose you went military, you make sure you met the requirements, and you noted your starting rank, so you're seaman or whatever. Increase 2 skills, 1
DFC.
step each, or 1 skill, 2 steps, choosing among the skills listed for your career.
Right, but the first one has to
Or
be
the generate available skills, stamina, mobility, and driving, but one of them has to be ranged combat. So you have ranged
And-
combat
right.
and either combat support, the skills were recon, survival, and tech. So
Right.
you could pick recon, survival, tech to go with your ranged combat, or you could do ranged combat twice.
You could, or you could also, don't forget, you could take stamina, driving, or mobility also.
Yeah.
So which one do you want?
Okay. Does this range combat start out as a D, or what level does it?
Right.
Well, I'm
So
gonna
Yes.
pick range combat first. 'Cause I have to.
did you now? So if we look at your character,
So what does that start at?
it
like a
starts
D
as a
for
D, right? So now you have a D in range combat. So we go to that.
Okay.
So
And I can pick. Can I up my?
up your what?
So I can pick another skill, or I can up tech, or I can pick another skill, or I can up tech if I want to, right?
Yeah,
You
because
could up tech, you could up ranged combat, or you could do the
survival
Yeah.
or recon.
or stamina, mobility to driving.
Right.
I'm gonna up tech.
Right. Okay. So yep, you popped up as tech, and so now what you get to do, you get to pick. You pick from one of the skills that you got that you increased, and you're gonna roll that and your ability score to see if you can get over a 6. If you get over a 6, then you get a
Promotion.
yeah, you get a promotion and you get a specialty.
Okay, so I'm gonna be rolling a D8 for tech, and what's
Well, you should be. What's your tech? Your
the
tech
other
is,
one that goes into this?
Yeah, your tech is a C, so D8, and you also get a D10 for your intelligence.
I get my intelligence. Okay,
So-
got it. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
couple
if you
macros.
click on the tech skill, I think it's going to do it for you. You click where it says tech, it should roll them both, I think, and it'll report us. If you want to do a test, you can say we're going to test this first, or is this for real?
Guess it's for
No,
real.
I'm doing it, baby. So if I roll on intelligence, you think it'll do it?
No. So if you click on
No,
the
no.
tech skill, click where it says tech on your
Click on
character sheet.
intelligence?
Under intelligence.
Under intelligence,
Under
right?
intelligence.
And did it bring up like a rolling screen or something?
No.
Hmm.
Didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I can. Let me just create a macro for the D10. I'll just do it that way.
Yeah, that's another way of doing it. I wonder why I did it earlier.
Yeah, I did it on mine. I actually tried it.
I should be able to click the word intelligence. It highlights or whatever, right? When I mouse over it.
No, you click tech, the word tech.
Yeah, where it highlights.
Yep.
It should. It didn't
Click
do
it.
anything.
No, it's not doing anything.
Nah, it's not doing anything for me either. I just roll the macro then. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Bugs. All
Oh,
right.
Old school, man.
It's a 3.
3.
Oh,
there he goes.
4. Wah wah. So
Gets a promotion,
Four.
right?
no, it needs a 6 or higher.
Right, but you add them together.
No, you don't add them
Oh,
together.
you don't add them.
No, you
Oh,
don't
okay.
add them together. Right?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why it's locked up, but it worked for Alan. I'm sorry. for
Seaman
Max.
Eric.
Yeah. So you get no. Unfortunately, you don't get any promotion, and so you don't get another specialty. So now we get to roll to see what age. What age you got, right? So you'd roll a d6, and that's what we're going to add to your
What,
18
what do I
age.
roll for that?
D6? And that's
17.
a 6. Is that a 1 or a 6?
Now I am
Six? That was a one?
unskilled. I'm old.
Oh,
Why does it say 6?
no, it says 1 in the.
The 6. I got the bingo roll.
Was it?
Oh, was it a 6? I don't know. It was a target. It came up as, so I don't know what that.
Roll
Yeah,
it.
that's
There was
hit.
a 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
right.
bad. That means you,
Yeah.
you basically farted around for 6 years when you should have been like, you know.
Yeah, it means I'm old and I'm dumb.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
dumb,
There's
you're
always,
just
there's always
not
if you
prone to promotions.
Welcome to the Navy. So,
so are you so old and you're a 3rd class?
all right. So,
You can't even make 3rd class. You're friggin' seaman. Not even a petty officer.
No, I know, but I've seen like some guys in
I know.
the
You
Navy, they're like
see the
40
old
and they're
parts.
3rd class. I'm like, oh, dude, you really fucked up.
Yep.
you just
Maybe you went up
you
and
have a
down
career
few
of screwing
times.
up, dude. You didn't do it once or twice.
Sort of,
all right. So I got your 6 in there, and then I believe that your coolness under fire automatically goes up 1, right? So now you roll your
Okay, because I'm old.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
I'm experienced.
serenity roll, which means like, you know, if you
says,
roll.
Oh, it says if you receive a promotion, increase your military rank. If you receive a promotion in a military or intelligence career, also increase your COF. So he didn't get it.
Okay, so he didn't get a promotion, and he got none. Okay. All right,
So
so
what die do I roll for that?
so your age is now your age is 24.
The 24. Is it 6 plus 18?
Yeah.
So you age your character, then roll a d8. If the result is lower than the number of terms you have completed, you must reduce one attribute of your choice by 1 step. To
Right.
the effective age. Oh wow.
Well, I don't think you can actually get under that.
Yeah, no, you can't get under 1 term, but that's pretty brutal.
Yeah. Okay, so there you go. So that's how we do the next step. And now we're going to move on to our next wonderful person. All right.
We have those?
Mhm.
We have wonderful people?
We do.
Wow.
If they're all not here today.
All right. So moving on to this part, what do you want to do? Do you want to randomize it between civilian?
I'm going to randomize it. Well, I'm going to go military, but I'm going to randomize it to see whether I go officer or not. So I'm going to roll a d6. Low stays enlisted, high goes officer.
Okay.
That's a 1. So I am staying enlisted. I'm going to be a working man.
There you go. No better way to be it. That's how you really earn your pay.
All right. So
So you roll a d3. Or let's see. Well, there is special operations. You know, you have to have 1 term in combat arms if you want to do special operations. So, which is like a ranger or paratrooper.
Is used a lot of parachutes in the Navy. It was supposed to be 1d3. Okay, I'll re-roll that as I edited the macro. Make that. Maybe I didn't save it. Let's try that again. 2.
2.
So combat support.
Now we got a lot of combat support going down here. So at least we know where you guys are. Your buddies are, right?
Ships need a lot of support. Okay, well, I do have B under intelligence for this. So, I have to pick. One of them is going to be ranged combat. So
Correct.
that goes to a D. And I get another.
Another skill to pick.
Another skill to pick. Oh, did we roll for a specialty?
Not yet.
Merit
You
roll for
you
a specialty.
you
in
have
that?
to succeed in your promotion to get your specialty. If you don't, you don't get the specialty.
Oh, okay.
Right. So range
all right.
combat, and what's your other skill going to be?
I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take
Recon. Survival or tech?
Mobility.
Okay, so you're going to go for mobility.
Yeah. And so yeah, so took those two. You choose a skill you didn't have. You start at D.
Right. So you get range combat D now, and you have mobility at D, right?
And I picked mobility. Yeah. What is mobility? Just running around.
So like you're dodging, I think,
Okay.
which is important, right?
Good.
If you don't want to get killed or shot.
I will roll with that.
So now, so now you're gonna roll, right? So
I roll a D10 and a D6. And
so if you click on mobility, does that pop anything up?
Let me see. It doesn't pop anything up if I click on it. Oh wait, it does. It brings up a pop-up. And
Okay.
click roll.
Yikes! Not a 3 and a 2.
Nope. Man.
All right, so
They're
that
awful. So
that
then I
was
roll my age.
that was a rough one. Yep. So then no promotion, and then so yeah, you'd roll age. That's a 1.
17.
Dang. Okay. So that's because you got this other guy who's been like hanging out for.
Not the role model I should have.
Yeah. So forever,
Wow.
goofing off. Oh, you're 19. You're 19.
Yeah, 19.
Yeah, you're 19. Okay. And there's, there's no way that you can term out on any of these two other ones. So now we're moving on, right?
Wow, I suck.
No, not really.
Right.
It's bad luck, It's just, who knows? Maybe you'll wind up being totally crazy later on. All right, so moving on to Grimhawk. We activate Grimhawk. Activate the power of Grimhawk. All right. And, Grimhawk. Do you want to shoot for officer? Or do you want to randomize where you go? We lose Grimhawk?
Is he on mute?
He may be on mute.
No.
No. I think we
He's
just
still
lost
alive.
him. Oh well, he gets skipped. Give him my character.
Yeah, make him do a character trade. That's that would not be cool. Let's see. Yeah, he probably stepped away. All right, so we'll move on to Max. Are you still here, Max?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Nice. Okay, so moving on. Got to bring your scene up. So we're gonna. I don't know why it keeps wanting to not say this. Toggle navigation, and then we'll activate. Now we're on Max. So, all right.
Am I small town or am I working class? Is that
I think you're working class. I pooched it.
okay? No worries.
No. I don't know. Okay. I will get this one way or another. Okay, so lines? No. Oh, text. Okay, so working class is what you were, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just not great at this. I'm just okay at this. All right, so you're a working class guy who likes to scrounge for stuff and punch people out.
Yep.
But maybe they sent you off to like a military school, and you went through the military track. Are you interested in running the officer track? You get a freebie straight into education and get one term as in education, which you need for any of the advanced classes if you want to say.
No, I'm not officer material.
I'm gonna make one of you
joined up.
guys. One of you bastards is gonna be a freaking officer, and it's gonna be random.
I think it's
I joined up because I was a dick and I had nothing else to do.
you.
All right. Okay. So then, well, do you want to randomize a civilian life versus a military life, or what?
Yeah, let's try it.
All right. So roll the 50-50, or actually, no, it's going to be roll a d6, and then 1 and 2 is civilian, 4, 5, 6 is military. Military. Hardcore military. All right. So military, and then. Once again, you could, if you had, you get a D3 for combat arms, combat support, or combat service support.
Got it.
Wow. Well, so that's no, that was a D3. Imagine that. You're all in combat support. What the hell?
Deck division, baby. Deck division.
Hate
Ship that
you
paint.
guys. All right, so all right, combat support. You guys are like
Man, that
all.
needle gun.
You guys are all going to be engineers. You know, is what it's going to be.
Engineers. Oh.
You know, you're all going to be like you know-
Combat engineers?
No, more like sitting down in the engine room trying to repair the engine and stuff like that. Probably. All right, so
Yeah.
you get 2 skills. One of the skills for sure is range combat.
With our rank, we're painting bilge. That's what we're doing in the engine room.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, still plenty of time left to get up and get your ass in gear, sailor. Sorry. So, what's the other skill that you wanted to take there, Max?
Actually, I forgot what are my skill choices.
Your skill choices in combat
Driving,
support.
mobility. Well, you got to take
Yeah, he took combat. Took
range
Oh, I see.
combat.
Gotcha.
range
Okay.
combat is a must for this level, so that's going to be, range combat is going to be a D. And then you get to pick one of the following: recon, survival, tech, and then you can always take, no matter what, you can take mobility, driving, and stamina.
Gotcha. Let's get recon.
Recon. Nice. Okay. Okay. So
Down
now.
to recon.
So now to get a promotion, you have to use one of the skills that you acquired, and then you roll basically. Yeah, if you click on the recon skill, that should give you both die rolls. You need at least 1 6 on one of those 2 die rolls.
So I just hit roll.
Yeah, just hit the recon, and then it should bring up that. Somebody finally got a promotion.
Wow.
Right on. So, so you could randomly roll on the combat support for the specialty that you're gonna get. So you can either roll randomly, or you can, select it out.
Be our LPO. We'll have left the cane and the motor whaleboat, just gone off our own.
Gotcha. So wait, how do I roll on combat support? It's
It's a 1d6. Just roll 1d6.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
got it.
4. NBC, which is pretty nice. So you took recon. So NBC is nuclear biological contaminant, right?
Okay.
So basically, what that allows you to do is you get, you know how to handle, like if there's like a chemical, attack or something like that on the ship, you would, or a radiological issue, you are trained to be the guy that people would report to, like to check their suits and make sure their hazmat suits on and their chemical warfare gear, and probably in charge of stowing and making sure that all that gear is, working properly on the ship. So,
Got it.
is that about right? Our Navy expert depart.
Sure.
Okay. if I'm wrong on any of this. I mean, you should let me know. And hell, man, if anything, you should be running this game. You probably done better than I do. Let's see. And then, so that's NPC. Right, Grimhawk, you back? My God, I hope he didn't choke on something at his desk there.
I didn't hear anything.
Okay, well, since he's not here, we still need to do your age, right? So roll 1d6, see what your age is. So 2.
That's what he got his promotion. Doesn't he do another one? Now that he got a promotion, he has to go do it again.
Well, he gets the age. No, he gets his promotion. Well, you all get to continue to advance. It's just the promotion ups your rank, and then also ups, you get more specialities, right? So that's all that really does, right? So you've ranked up. You got 2 for your age, so you're now a total of 20. Okay, and then you really can't fail at this point and wind up getting hurt or anything like that. So since we already have Max's stuff up, we're going to go for his second career, right? So now that we're on your second career.
Oh, and he gets to increase his coolness under fire 1 step.
He does get to increase his coolness under fire 1 step, which comes when you get to when you rank up. And so I'm going to put under his rank as just your rank 2, and I'll, find out what that is later. Okay. So now you've had 1 tour in combat support. Do you want to keep rolling random, or do you want to try to start moving him in a direction? Stay in combat support and continue to try to rank up. You could be shipped off to military educational school to go into the command path, leadership path, or
let's do this randomly, man.
Okay, so then 1d3. I'm not 1d3. 1d6. 1, 2 is going to be civilian, which will be education, and then 3, 4, 5, 6 would be staying in the military. So
Sorry,
2.
roll the 2.
So then, okay, so you go into education. They're like, this guy has promised. We're going to send him off to the school to learn something. And it could be as crazy as learning, then we got basically what's your empathy? That's a C, right? So that's fine. Yeah. So basically it's going to be a 50-50 chance you can go into liberal arts or science. So if you want to randomize it, just roll 50-50. 1 is liberal arts, so 2 science. So then roll a d6, and we'll see what speciality you get under science. A 1, chemist. God, it kind of fits with you with the biological stuff, right?
Yeah, right.
So you go education. And so you, and then, you automatically get tech, right, for education, and tech. Oh, I'm totally screwing this up. Sorry, guys. All right. This is education. Move this here so I can move these around. Education, tech, the skill you get, and then so you need to roll on your tech skill actually to get that speciality, and then you're going to pick one more skill on top of this. But so
Roll tech.
yeah, so it's going to be, and your tech went up 1, right? And you already had a tech? Oh, no, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
Right. So now you have a tech D, and you're still rolling on your intelligence. So once you up that, okay. So, well, you didn't put your tech up to a D. So your tech is a
I
D,
see. Gotcha.
and so if you do that, right. So yeah. So that's how it will work. So go ahead and use your tech and roll that.
Oh yeah.
Or roll a d6. I don't know. Whatever.
Well, I just hit the button, so.
Okay. So, all right. So that did work. And you did roll an 8. And then, so you did get the chemist. All right. So, chemist. And so that's your speciality. And. Okay. If military, you weren't in the military, so you didn't rank up. But it did, open up the officer path for you. All right, chemist, and now roll 1d6 for your age. 5. So you were at 20, so now you're 25. So it's 5. And then roll 1d8 for if you get burned out. Nope, you don't get burned out. And then roll a 1d8 to see if it ends your career. So if you roll a 1, your career ends. Ooh. Almost, but not. So your career doesn't end. Do you guys want me to keep still running with him, or do you want me to go back to you guys? I don't want to like...
Fine, keep rolling it. You're
all right, so we're here. So now we're back up to, you went to school, government paid for it. So now at this point, you would, you can roll random, 1, 2 civilian, 3, 4, 5, 6 back into the military.
So
roll a
go back to
d6.
the military.
You want to just pick it? You want to stay in the
Yeah, I
military?
just want to pick it. Yeah,
Okay.
I want to go back to the military.
So now officer school opens up to you. So you can roll 1, 2, 3. You can roll a d4 if you want to be random, because you can't do special operations unless you have 1 term of combat arms.
Gotcha. It's roll a d4.
Okay. And it is a 4. So you go into officer school. So you are officer. So you have to have a intelligence of B, which you have. No D's, which you have. At least 1 term in education, which you have. You immediately rank up to 2nd lieutenant. Sorry, you got stuck with the officer job, man. Okay, so here we go.
A division officer, baby.
Yeah, officer. All right, so you're in officer. You get to pick 2 skills: ranged combat, command, persuasion. And of course, you get driving, stamina, and what was the other one there?
Mobility.
Mobility, right?
Let's do command. Shit, if we're gonna go in.
Okay, so that's your first skill. So that's command. You get 1 more. You could rank it up twice if you wanted.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
You're just gonna go straight on command now. Now that you're stuck with it, you go for maximum. Get your command up to a C.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's probably
Okay.
a good idea.
Okay, so you got command, and so your specialty is now C. So now click on command and roll to see if you get your promotion. Once again, you need a D6.
Nope. Wah wah.
Well, what is the explosion? Is that bad or is that a 10?
No, because those were d8s, so those were.
Oh, so
think an 8 would be like the target, like you hit.
And that is it maybe a critical, I guess? I don't know.
Critical bomb.
The explosion is.
I guess. Okay. So you're stuck at second lieutenant and you don't get another one out of there, right?
Yeah. That's what
So, but now we roll your age roll, a d6. So 4. So right now you're 29. Okay, and then roll to see if you get to you stay in the military or if the adventure begins. So you make it. So that's over your career. It has to be less than what your career number is.
Gotcha.
And so, oh no, that's if you for freaking out. So you don't lose any stats, which is great. Now to roll to see if the adventure starts at this level. No. Okay, so let's move you on to the next one.
Wow.
Do you want to mix it up or do you want to stay in the command track now that you're pretty much set in your track?
Let's keep going for command.
Okay, so we're just gonna put you up at officer again. And so once again, then what you could do is you get to pick 2 skills. So ranged combat, command, and persuasion.
Let's do ranged combat,
Okay.
and I'll stick some in persuasion. Junior officer trying to persuade.
Gotta yell at people, man.
That's how you get the chicks, right? You know. All right. So then, so you want to pick whatever got the best rank, the highest rank. So I think your range combat went from a D to a C, and your agility is a B. So roll that, and let's see if you get a promotion. So an 8, you made it. So yeah, 1. The explosion is a 1. But you ranked up, so now you're a full lieutenant, right? And you get to roll on the specialty for an officer, which is 1d6.
All right. Second. 1d6.
A 2. 2 is intelligence. So maybe you're the TAO or TIO that's running in the CIC or something like that down there in the belly of the beast, commanding, organizing, firing, launching tomahawks, and having all kinds of fun. So, okay. All right, so roll 1d6 and let's see how much you age on this one.
Grimback?
I don't know.
Here.
There he is.
Hey, there
You're
he
back.
is.
So you age 3. Right, so you're at 20, 31, 32, yeah.
32.
So 3. All right. All right. Should we just keep going with Max here, or one of you guys want to step in to see if?
Finish him up, man.
Okay, and then you got also another one for coolness under fire too. So I think because you got 2 rank ups in the military. So yeah. So let's see.
So shouldn't you be doing, since he got the promotion, shouldn't you be doing or are you doing the D8s for stat loss?
Yeah, no, I'm still doing it. It happens after this. So he's now in his 4th term. So now when he goes to his 4th term, and he just rolled his age 3, now he rolls a D8. So if he rolls a 3 or under, less than the term, then he's going to lose something. So nope, he didn't lose a stat.
Man.
And then go out and roll another D8 to see if the adventure starts. So if he rolls a 7, so he's still going. He's on his 5th career path here. You're going to stay in the officers.
Yeah, we're staying in the military.
All right.
Well,
Well,
for now.
Yeah, you're pretty much running the full-on officer career path at this point, which is gonna probably bum out Grimhawk because you're basically now gonna be the wizard of this game. Sorry, that was a joke. That was a bad joke. He's like the golden strand of this dang game. Okay, so officer again.
Do it.
Yeah, there's really no reason that you would backtrack at this point since you're all the way on it. So, okay, so you basically get to pick 2 skills, right?
Right.
From the officer track. You haven't lost any of your edge. You're physically fit, perfectly in shape with all your skill points, which is pretty awesome. So, so you got range combat, command, persuasion. You know, which one?
Yeah, it's bring this command up.
To a
and
B?
persuasion up. Yeah.
And then, let's see. Okay, yeah, man, you are pretty tight. So, we got, the command. And then we also have, the persuasion. Okay, and so you want to pick the best one, which is going to be command. So you get a D10 and a D8, and let's see what you get. Oh my god! Holy crap! So that's 3 successes. Oh man, I think there's something nutty that happens when you do that. Okay. Military service, first term, non-commissioned officers, rank corporal and above, you always get to choose. You can, okay, so at the rank of corporal and above, you can always choose command as a skill to increase. First term officers must qualify above the officer path, functional, blah, blah, blah. Military service. No, that's going to be up probably then. Okay, you age your character, you roll a d8 to complete and see if war breaks out. Checked it. Determine the hit, stress. Picking your gear, picking together. I need to read where it says the promotions. Increase your skill by 2 for each step, or one skill 2 steps. You can always use mobility, right? You can never skill go over A. Special rule, your first term of service must always be 1 combat. If you succeed, you're doing well and receive a promotion. Roll a d6 to see the specialty you learn. If you roll your specialty you already have, you can choose another instead. And you also get to increase your military rank up 1. If you received a promotion in military or intelligence career, you increase your increase your killingness under fire by 1. United States. There was some kind of deal that they were saying that, like, if you rolled high on that, you got like a bonus skill or some crap like that. I can't remember. Well, if anything, you definitely get another speciality for this, so you get to roll a d6 to pick which it's going to be under the command track.
Okay.
Which is a 6, and 6 is quartermaster.
I get stuff.
You know how to get stuff. Okay, and then you of course get another rank. So what is it? Lieutenant? Help me out, all these Navy guys out here. What's that?
Lieutenant Commander.
Lieutenant Commander. Okay.
Lieutenant Commander, Commander, Captain, Admiral.
Your Admiral.
All right. Okay.
Rear Admiral, then Admiral.
Vice Admiral, don't forget Vice Admiral.
Yeah. Grand
Admirals
What about
above
Grand
that.
Admiral? Okay, so now we roll your age. Let's get that age in there.
I think the top is what,
Only-
Admiral in the Navy or something.
Only 3, so
Fleet
Yeah.
Admiral, I think.
Secretary of the
45.
Navy, President.
Yeah, there's,
Yeah.
there's actually a 5-star. Like they only do in time of war or
I think
whatever.
that's Fleet
Yeah.
Admiral.
all right. So now roll 1d8. You are in your 5th term, so if you roll a 4, which you do, you have to take one of your stats and lower it by 1. Ooh.
So is it one of the major stats? Like
Yeah, so-
intelligence, and
Yeah, you got to lower your strength, your agility, your empathy, or your intelligence by 1. I would do the strength. You don't really have any skills in there. So,
Oh, that's true. Yep, you're right. You're right. That's because I went in as a dickhead, so
and they molded you into, an awesome dude. So, at this point now you're going to roll to see if you stay in. So, another d8. If you roll a 4 or lower, you're done. Nope, you're still going.
Jesus. All right.
All right, so staying in the
God.
officer career.
Yeah, let's just finish them out. Let's polish them off.
Yeah, let's just get this done. All right, so once again, you get to pick 2 skills from that, which is range combat, command, persuasion, and or you could take
I'm gonna take range combat and persuasion.
okay. I would put that command up one more. What do you? That would put it as an A, right?
Max it out. Well, okay. Let's do that then. Let's do this.
Only because your empathy is a C, and that will give
Got
you like a super bonus, And then if you roll a 10, 11, or 12, it counts as 2 successes. So that allows you to get that super success
Got it.
possibility,
Okay.
which
So I get to roll my command for promotion.
so command. What was the other one you picked?
Range combat.
Range combat. Okay. All right. And then, so now you got to roll, and your range combat is... What's your range combat? Your range combat is B.
Command A.
So you got 2 10s, or you can get a D8 and a D12.
Yeah, I'll do the D8 and the D12.
Okay. And you did it again. So now you're, a commander, and you get to roll again on the specialty thing.
D6.
Frontline leader. Wow. So you're going to be Captain Kirking this thing the whole time. You're going to be like, but Captain, you can't go ashore. And you're like, F you, I'm going ashore. I'm going to make sure this is done right. Kiss my ass. Okay.
Put on my red shirt. I'll go with you.
Exactly. You got plenty of red shirts behind you. Okay, so now go ahead and roll your age. So 1d6. 3, not bad. Pretty crazy for, rising up the ranks. And then now we're going to roll that d8 to see if you stayed in or if you take a thing. Ooh. So you have to drop another stat now.
Got it.
See, this is where it starts. This is where it starts being a total bummer, because now you're starting to leak into your stats, right?
Right.
And it's kind of weakening you up a little bit.
All right. All done.
And then you got one more d8. So this is your 6th turn. So if you roll 5 or under, you start the game. And you roll 1. So that's it. So you've mustered out as an officer for 4 career terms. You're a commander, which means you're probably in charge of the cane.
Probably the XO.
Yeah, he's the XO of the cane, most likely, unless something really weird happens. And you're pretty much almost complete. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're 4, and then so combat, your coolness under fire goes up 1, 2, 3. So you're at an A at your coolness under fire. Damn. All right, so gear and all that stuff, we'll work out later, and we'll get into the final parts of. Oh, interesting. So, did you put that in rank 38 commander?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then I see that you already kind of moved some of the specialties over.
Yeah, I just added them.
Yeah. Did you add them or did you drag them?
I
you added
them. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll go back and I'll add all your specialties later off air, so not to slow us down. Okay, so wow, that was pretty intense, man.
Get Grimhawk going.
Yeah, so we're moving back to Grimhawk. All right, so Grim, you were on your first term. Oh, we didn't even start your first term yet, did we?
Oh.
Yeah,
okay, so so what we've been doing, people have been doing rolling a d6. 1, 2 is civilian. 3, 4, 5, 6 would be military. Or if you wanted to go in, try to get into the officer category non-random, I was letting anybody automatically take this first term in education that lets you get into the officer.
D6.
All right, so it's d6. And that is a 6, so you're going in the military. Okay, so being in the military, you get to pick from a D3. You can be combat arms, combat support, or combat service support. So roll that D3. A 3, so you're combat service support. I think everybody else was combat support, which was crazy, right?
Yeah.
All right, so at least somebody came up slightly different. So. I don't know if you were listening to all the things that we were saying before, but combat service support can pick from medical aid or tech. And then you can always pick from mobility, stamina, or driving is one you can always pick from. And driving can include things like a helo or anything like that too. So, driving is any type of vehicle pretty much.
I'll take driving. That sounds good.
Okay, cool. All right. So you go to D on driving for your skill, and then anytime that when your first term in the military, one of your first skill always has to be range combat. So you pick driving and you get range combat. So your range combat actually goes up to a C because you took range combat when you were a kid. So those are your 2 skills. So now you want to pick your highest rank skill, which is probably going to be your range combat and your agility, and you want to roll those together. One's going to be a D10 and the other is going to be a D8, and you want one of those dice to get over a 6. And if you get a 6, you get a promotion. Oh, you already made it. Nice. Okay.
Oh, he's going to be our chief.
He's probably going to be your chief. So now that you've got your promotion, which gives you a coolness under fire of +1, as well as you get to pick on the special, or get to roll on the speciality. So you roll a d6 and we'll find out what your speciality was. 3, electrician. So that is your speciality, is electrician. Okay, and then what you roll after that is, and I'll add the specialities later. There's a place where you can drag them in that'll put the bonus in there and tell you what it does. Now you want to roll 1d6 for how much you age.
Old timer.
6. All right, so 6. Okay, now it's impossible to get mustered out after your first term. on this or lose any of your sense of things. So you can, at that point, you can stay in the path or choose to randomly roll again. So you could stay in the combat support services and try to just become the best you can be at that. Or you can randomly roll to see if you wind up in combat arms or you got shifted somewhere else.
I'll random it. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to go as far as random that you spend a tour out like with a group of civilians and maybe like were, got stuck in some, like working with a police squad or something nutty or gone off to college? Do you want it that random or do you want to be random in the military?
I'll be random in the military.
Okay, so you basically get, it's still just a D3 basically, combat arms, combat support, or combat service support, and you're sticking in the same vein. So you're still in combat service support for your next term. Okay, so same skills as before. You get medical or tech is pretty much, or you can get driving, stamina, and the other one.
Mobility.
Or mobility.
Anybody's
Right.
medical yet?
No medical.
We need some medical.
Nope, I
people.
don't think so. That'd be good.
I'll take
Or
medical.
But they haven't finished their characters yet. They only went through their first.
That's okay. I'll take medical just to be sure. So,
Okay.
yeah, that covered.
All right. And then, so you got medical, and then what do you want for your second skill?
Stamina.
Okay. And stamina, all right. So. And. Okay, so you can use your stamina or your medical aid that you took and pick one of those skills to see if you can rank up and get a better, get a promotion this time around.
Okay, try medical aid.
All right. So if you,
D6.
the way it's been working is if you click on the skill itself, it should roll the stat, and it should roll the skill as well.
Oh, I rolled. I don't know what happened there.
It looks like you rolled a 6 and a 5, so you got a 6. So that means you did get a promotion. So then, what you do is roll another d6, and see what you get for your specialization for this one. So a 3 is electrician. Did you already get? You already got electrician. Yeah. So you get to pick now which one you want, which could be field surgeon, combat medic, computers, gunsmith, or mechanic.
Combat surgeon.
That's a good choice. Oh, it's combat medic or field
Combat
surgeon.
medic.
Okay.
Combat medic.
All right. So we got that going. So now what we want to do is basically roll a d6 to see how much you age, which is a 1. Wow, you did pre-med in 1 year. Must be a natural talent for you. And then we roll a d8 to see if you have any mental or physical atrophy, which you do not because you're only in your second term and it has to be underneath it. And then you roll to see if the adventure starts at this particular time. So roll another d8, and if you roll 1, okay, so you're still going. And so, if you're complete random up, then go ahead and roll d3 again to see if you've moved on from the combat services. So you do. So now you're in combat arms. So to be in combat arms, you have to have a strength or agility at least of a B.
I do.
Okay, so then you're good for combat arms. So combat arms gives you close combat, heavy weapons, range combat, or recon. So you get a lot of different skills to choose from to rank up.
Heavy weapons, yeah.
Oh, he's going with heavy weapons.
Wow.
And which, yes,
That's what you want in a medic with a heavy.
yeah, he knows how to fly the chopper, pig gun the chopper, and then also heal if
Do it
anybody
all.
gets on the chopper. So he's definitely can do it all. Okay, so that's your first skill was heavy weapons. What's your second skill going to be?
What was the choices again?
And one you got close combat, heavy weapons, range combat, recon, and then stamina, mobility, or driving.
So if I take range combat again, that levels it up.
Right, so you continuously be leveling it up, so you can
I'll take range combat again.
Okay. Now, remember, so range combat, adds to... Right. And so what riflemen and, but heavy weapons is different than range combat, right? Heavy weapons is like using I think like a heavy weapon or something like that. I have to actually look to see what the skill is, so...
It's fine.
All right. Okay, so that's range combat. Okay, so what's your range combat now? Like a B or something?
That'll be a B, yeah.
So I'm assuming you want to use your range combat to get your promotion going, to see if you can get a speciality in this one. All right, that's bogus. That's also you get your stat too. So if you click,
I guess I click on the thing. Right.
All right, so you got your promotion. So you get to roll a d6 on this specialty and find out what you get. A 2, so red leg. What is a red leg? Anybody? Navy experience, red leg?
That's not a Navy thing.
Okay.
Navy, let me see, red leg.
It's in the rule set. We'll find out.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
I've never heard of that.
Go ahead.
I know it. Well, I know red legs they referred to like cavalry.
This looks like artillery.
49. Yeah, it might be.
Yeah, it might be. So why don't you roll the d6 for your age? Five. Okay.
Starting to get old.
Yeah, you're starting to get old. So now we want to roll a d8, and you want to roll. If you don't roll 1 or a 2, because then you're gonna have to lose one of your stats. Okay, so you make it, and you're not statted out, so that's good. Now roll 1d8, and if you roll a 1 or a 2, you're done. Nope, so you're still moving on. So stay in one vein, or do you want to roll random?
Or random.
Okay, random that up, and tell me what you get.
D6.
Yeah, you're stuck in the primary too, so it's a D3, but that's still...
Oh.
So now you're going to combat support. This is getting weird.
So red leg is a +1 modifier to heavy weapon rolls when firing mortars and howitzers.
Oh yeah, a lot of those on the on the ship.
Well,
Yeah,
what that's going to translate to is that you're probably running the 5-inch, that's on the bow. So you're the guy sitting there, with the joystick and then making targeting marks and then shooting like any of the automated support weapons on the ship, which is you're basically probably the primary gunner if you wanted to be. Which makes sense. That's going to be an exciting role. All right. Anyways, so that was okay. We got age, and you're still going, and you're now in. What did you just roll? You rolled a. Yeah. So now you're in combat support. Okay. Okay. Combat support. So combat support gets recon, survival, or tech, and you got to have an intelligence still of a B+.
Yeah, I'll go with survival.
Okay, so come in. All right, and then so remember you can also get stamina. You can also get mobility. Mobility is dodging. Stamina is soaking damage, and driving, of course, is flying or driving any kind of vehicle. So you took.
I better. Well, maybe I should take driving then. Since I already got driving, I'll level that up.
Okay, so first skill is driving. You still get one more.
Then I'll take survival, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. All right, and now are you leveling up the skills as we're going along?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, it looks like you are. I see it. So now you need to pick either survival or driving, and then make a roll on that to see if you get another promotion.
I'll take driving.
Okay, so you got to get 6s, which you did. It just flopped
Damn.
over that 9. So you get another promotion, so you get to roll on this speciality. So go ahead and roll a d6 for this one. Psyops. What the hell?
This is the guy who does it all.
Nice.
Yeah, this is nutty, man. Okay. You're like an admiral's son or something like that. That was a problem child that they moved around all different places. Cool. So now we want to roll for your age for this one. So it's going to be age time.
That's a D6, right?
Yeah, D6, sorry.
Whoa, I'm getting old.
6, dang. So 6. Let's just calculate how old you are right now. So I got
pretty old.
yeah, so I got 11, 12, 18. So 18.
36.
Yeah,
6.
36. So you're 36 years old right now.
I'll retire.
Maybe 36. Man, at 36, I was still, eating nails and pissing bullets. So, and you've also ranked up every single time. So you're probably up somewhere into like, at the very least, like a chief or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could be even the Master Chief. I don't know. Okay, so, yep, getting older, but still in there. So now we'll roll to see you are finish your 4th turn. So if you roll 1, 2, or 3, then you're going to lose a stat.
That's a D10?
That's a D8. Sorry,
Yeah.
it's a D8. So you lose, unfortunately, you lose a stat.
Lose my empathy.
All right.
I need it.
So that goes down to a C. So now roll 1d8, and if you roll, okay, so you're done. So you're gonna either be probably chief or master chief, is what I would think.
How much did he go?
At least 4.
So 4. If he was seaman 3rd class, yeah, chief probably.
Yeah, probably. For a fact, he's gonna be with his broad range of skills and his physicality that he's still at. I would give him basically he's gonna be master chief.
Master Chief.
Split the difference. Senior chief.
Nope.
Master
He's-
Chief Petty Officer.
You're the master chief. Right on. So you're gonna put on your Spartan armor and get out there and get your minigun, flying your ultracraft and firing missiles and killing people. All right, cool. So that is Grimhawk is pretty much done. We have that listed. It is 10 o'clock. Do we want to do one more and have?
I gotta go to bed. You guys can do it.
I know it's up to you guys if you guys want to power through or end the session.
That's it.
You dropped out there. Sorry, Eric.
Let's pick it up next time, man. I'm pretty beat.
Yeah.
You guys are pretty
No,
burned out?
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's okay. Nobody was watching the stream anyways, but at least...
Yeah, I'm tired, man. I had to get up early today.
Oh, whiny. Oh, no,
Pretty far.
sorry, guys. Let's see. Octavius Stewart. VOH. I don't know what that means. VOA. FYI. I don't know what that means. Somebody said something.
Voice
On the
of
stream.
America.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I have no idea who Hillary Oliver is. But that's okay. I mean, we just do this for fun, and I don't know if those are bots just tagging the stream. Probably are for something, or if they were actually interested in what we're doing. So, but we're gonna try this later. It's called The Last Hope. It's going to be a near future, interesting kind of game that. Oh, by the way, Max, pick a number between 1 and 10 for how nutty this game is going to be. 1 is pretty much real life. 10 is like, you know, all of a sudden you turn into Space Destroyer Yamato and are flying in outer space.
Well,
So-
when you said pick a number between 1 and 10, the first number that came to my mind was 7. So
Well, well, think about it though. I mean, like,
okay.
I just gave you like 10 is like all of a sudden, you know, the ship gets turned into like Space Cruiser Yamato or something like. So if you pick 7, you're pushing like the wacky edge of what I may throw at
Well,
you.
this is why we role play, right? It's not like
Maybe,
I want
but
real life.
well, some people want like a hardcore. I mean, because this game technically comes from like a hardcore in the trenches survival game, right? But this could turn it into something absolutely completely different. So when I'm taking, everybody sent me the numbers, you know, privately, and then I just asked for yours. So, or you can send it privately over Discord.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
I will.
And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add them all together. I'm going to just divide them by 4, and I'm going to make a note. That's the nutty factor for the game. So somebody might have picked a 1 and somebody may have picked a 10, but we'll see how it goes. All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out, and thank you for anybody watching the stream. And hopefully, you know, when we're down on our standard numbers, this is what we do. We try to either pick a online game to play or maybe try out a new role-playing game, which we were doing this week. So hope you enjoyed the stream, and we will talk to you soon. Later. Say goodbye, guys.
All right. Good night.
Bye, guys.
All right. Good night, everybody.
All right.